If we were to say that we had a nail-biting and crazy Saturday of rugby, it would be such an understatement to the games that we actually had on Saturday. England put in a stellar performance up against France, and Italy showed that they are far too strong for Wales. And unfortunately, Wales is on their way to getting a wooden spoon, right? So let's start off with the big game that happened at the end of the Saturday, just finalizing and finishing the day off in such a high, especially if you're English, right? England come through and they beat France 26-25 in the last minute of the game. Just absolutely crazy, crazy scenes watching this game. I was nail biting. I was up. I was standing. I was shouting at the screen. And look, Daly's try on the 79th minute must have had the entire nation off their seats. If you were in a pub, they were probably going nuts. No matter where you are, having these scenes that England beat France, not only were they the underdogs coming into this game, we can never discount England when it comes to big games like this, but their track record isn't necessarily the best. Plus, they do have issues finishing off games, especially in the late second half. But boy, did they prove everybody wrong today. They managed to pull through such a performance. I mean, we had let's just go through the tries first of all. Right? We're going to go through England tries and then France tries. So we had tries from Ollie Lawrence, 36th minute, Freeman 58th, Baxter 70th, and then Daly on the 79th. And then with France, you had Bielbiere, 2 tries from him, 30th minute, 75th minute, Pinot on the 61st minute, Ramos converted 2 of those, and then you had 2 penalties as well. But France, they didn't have the best of games. But I do attribute this to the way England played. They were contesting for everything. They were fighting for everything. They were making France pay for every single penalty physically possible. But France, they did love to drop the ball. Bielbiere early in the first half he was through on goal. All he had to do was catch the ball. It dropped out of his hand. Dupont, same, left-hand side, not long after that opportunity, gets past the ball. Poof. It was like they were playing with a bar of soap. It literally felt like when France had the ball, they had a bar of soap. But even with that, they played some spectacular rugby. Antoine Dupont, he didn't necessarily have like a super flash game, but he was always there. He was always present, and he made trouble. He made big trouble for England. But England managed to nullify him very, very well. They managed to nullify big players like your Aldrich, your Meafou. Meafou was relatively silent in this game, right? They stopped him in his tracks. They made sure that he was quiet throughout the entire game. Same thing with Malvaka. They kept him quiet, keeping Aldrich quiet, keeping Jalibert quiet. I mean, Jalibert still made a lot of trouble, but to what we know he can do is something different. To keep Pinot relatively quiet as well, we know what they're capable of doing. But England played their absolute socks off. So if I was wearing a hat, I would take my hat off to you. This is the kind of rugby that everybody wants to see. This is the kind of rugby that the nation wants to see. Second half coming in with, if not more passion, more desire to get something out of this game. And England managed to do that. We saw signs of this up against Ireland. And everybody said, along with me, that Ireland took their foot off the gas, and that allowed England to get those tries. But now, looking at this, no. I don't think it was because Ireland let off the gas. I think there's a change happening in England. And to be honest, I like Marcus at 15 and Finn at 10. Not everybody might agree with me, but I really like having Marcus at 15 and Finn at 10. Marcus has played majority of that of his time, even for the Harlequins at 10. But the way England play today with their backs, obviously it's a very Saint oriented back, right? But I liked it. I really, really did like it. The way that they played, especially with Tommy Freeman and Alex Mitchell, they played very, very well. So mark my words, they're young, they're still growing together. It's going to be one for the future. It's going to be one for the future. So crazy, crazy game. I can't even wait to see what's going to happen between Scotland and Ireland. This is going to be just like mind blowing. If we get even a sliver of what we just got for France versus England, oh my god, what a weekend we're going to have. So yeah, just in case you didn't notice, I want to do a weekend roundup, but my brain, I still can't believe the game that we witnessed. What a comeback from England. And to be honest, eating your own words is sour. It is sour. But I don't think I've ever been more happy to eat my own words and witness a game like that. Wow. Just wow. And then we move on into Italy versus Wales. Played earlier on in the day. And to be fair, it was a brilliant build up to France. It was an absolutely, absolutely brilliant build up to France. Italy came through with a win, 22-15. Wainwright managed to get a try on the 69th minute after coming on, and then it was a penalty try on the 79th minute, which kind of shows you, look, they got two tries very late on, and that's 10 points worth. Wales didn't convert anything. So that's 10 points. So you got to think, they what? They got a maximum of 5 points, if that, you know. Um, Majority of the game, Wales was struggling with 3 points. Italy, it, Italy made them pay on everything. Wales, they felt lackluster. They felt weak. They felt toothless. My question to you guys, who's going to replace Gatland? And I say this because I cannot see Wales picking up any points up against Ireland, England, Scotland. Where are they going to pick up points here? And again, I say this with the most respect and love for Gatland because we know what he's done in the game. Who is going to be his replacement? I want to know what you guys think. Who's going to replace him? Because he's not going to last the Six Nations. Well, he's probably going to last the Six Nations, but anything further than this, I think the Six Nations, once this is over, that's going to be him done. If not, maybe sooner, and then go from there. But ultimately, I can't see Gatland after the Six Nations. Something needs to change. It needs to change. Wales had still a little bit of a better game today. They managed to get some points on the board, which is really nice to see. But at this moment, I feel they are playing Division 2 rugby. They are playing rugby in the leagues of Portugal, Georgia, bloody, I don't know, Romania. My wife's Romanian. She's probably going to kill me for saying that. But yeah, they are not playing at that elite level that we all know Wales to play at. Something needs to change. It needs to change. Who's going to replace Gatland? Who is going to replace Gatland? So look, let's go through the tries. Capuozzo on the 20th minute with a beautiful try. Alan converting it, and then Alan just being clinical. And this is what I was saying before. Italy are going to make Wales pay with every single penalty that he's given. They are at no matter which No matter which distance, no matter what it is, they're going to go for goal. They're going to get those points on the board, and that's how it's going to end. I'm pretty certain I did predict Italy to get one try and then finish the game out in penalties, and that's pretty much what they did. They showed how dominant they are. How dominant they are. Having players like Negri was just an absolute monster throughout, right? But then you had your players like Garbisi, Menancello, Thomas Allen, who just had spectacular games. And this is where Italy showed just how strong they are, right? Because you look at the game up against Scotland, they failed because of the creativity of Scotland. They managed to find a way around that tight knit defense, that hearty attack, right? Or that hearty defense, just going in, just trying to grab hold of any form of limb, leg, whatever it is, and just keeping you there, holding hard lines of defense, right? Being very difficult, being very resilient. And Scotland managed to find a way around it because they had players like Hugh Jones, Blair Kinghorn, Finn Russell. The bloody list goes on. Duhan van der Merwe. The list goes on. They found ways around that Italian defense. Wales were toothless. They got a bit of momentum in the second half, and it was just on Wainwright's try after he came on, which I think Aaron Wainwright should have probably been brought on a little bit sooner. I think he probably should have started the game, but they were toothless throughout the entire game. And then the last 20 minutes of the game, you see that passion, you see them come back strong, and that's what we want to see Wales do day in and day out throughout the entire game. But we only got a little snippet of it, right? So I can't see Gatland keeping his job after this. I think, look, Gatland, history, amazing. It's not working at Wales. Go, go spend some time at home. Enjoy your life. Maybe take up another job. But I think time is done at Wales. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are in this matter. Please like and subscribe. I have now officially reached the first stage of monetization, so you'll probably start seeing there is a couple bits by the like button and so on that you guys can click on. I do now have a subscription service as well. It's not something I'm majorly focusing on, but I am making use of what YouTube have to offer until I am fully monetized. So if you guys do like the content, if you guys do want to support the channel, there are the options there. But otherwise, I don't ask you guys to do it. It's only if it's something you guys want to. I'm going to keep making content. I want to make sure you guys get the best content possible, and I just want to entertain you guys as best as I can. So on that note, guys, have a lovely day, lovely afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, whether you're in the north, the south. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys in the island game. Let's go. Let's go.